It's Good Morning Black People with your host, Morgan Rees, author, podcasting, online personality. Good Morning Black People, discussing social views, today's news, and interviews. Subscribe today at YouTube at Good Morning Black People.
Good evening, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're at. You're watching this live. This is Good Morning Black People with Morgan Rees, and I'm your host. I'd like to say good morning again, and I'm glad everybody's joining me and watching this streaming service tonight. I would like to introduce our phenomenal and amazing Sandra Wilson. She is the founder of Black Connections. Sandra is a single mother of 4 children who witnessed her community being gunned down in the streets by the police. She knew she wanted to do something for her community, so she started protesting on social media through her pro-Black Instagram page. And a gentleman by the name of Mr. Dale Dowdy, CEO of Black Facts, reached out to her and said he loved her passion for her community and wanted to work on her social media pages. So now, no further ado, I'm not going to talk anymore. I want to welcome Sandra Wilson. Come on, Sandra. How are you doing this evening, morning, afternoon? Can't hear you. Got to unmute.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, perfect.
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am great. I'm so grateful and thankful that you decided to join my show this evening. I want to know something about you. I read your bio. It's very powerful. Where did that come from? Tell us more about who you are as a member of Black Connections.
I'm actually from Newport News, Virginia. So, I live in the 804, but I'm actually from the 757. So, okay. I live up here in the RVA area. And yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Black Connections is global. I just live in the RVA area. And I didn't hear the rest of the question. I know you asked me where I was from, and then I didn't catch the rest. I'm sorry.
Can you tell us more about your program, Black Connections?
Oh, yes, ma'am. So August 2016. I happened to be watching the football game when Kaepernick decided he was going to sit. And I looked at him and I was like, he looks like my oldest son, afro and all. And I was like, okay, so you get ready to throw away your whole NFL career for something that you believe in. I said, all right, I'm with it. So I started a pro-Black Instagram page. And when I say I was going after everybody, all the police, anybody that was doing anything wrong to us, I was blasting them. And then I started promoting Black-owned businesses because I was like, okay, well, I can talk about them, and put all the information out there. I was like, but I want to do something different. So then I was still doing my advocating, and protesting and all of that. But I incorporated Black-owned businesses and recycling Black dollars into it as well. And Mr. Dale, who you just spoke of, happened to see me. And he was like, you're passionate and I love it. And he said, I want to offer you a job. And I'm like, doing what? And he's like, well, running my social media pages. I took over his social media pages, his Instagram account. He had 529 followers, something like that. And this was February 2018. And today, well, I don't know how many he's got today, but when I stopped doing his social media, he was up to 85,000.
Wow.
So I was growing Black Connections. And I was growing, his pages together. And the only thing he said was you cannot use that 4-letter F word. He said, you got to tone that down, and I was like, oh, I got you. I said, there's a time and a place for everything, so I said, I'm good with that. And so that's how Black Connections started. I set up Black Connections June 2018. He told me, he was like, people will listen. And I'm thinking to myself, ain't nobody gonna listen to me, and here we are, 104,000 followers later, and 40,000 on Instagram and not Snapchat. I'm banned from Snapchat, but TikTok's growing and the LinkedIn is growing, and so it's just been a roller coaster ride, uphill ever since, and it's super, super cool because I've seen so many businesses that started in their kitchen or they started in their garage and now they got brick and mortars, so I'm just thankful that I'm just able to connect, the Black community with resources and businesses that they need. So that's kind of how Black Connections started.
That's amazing. Really, really. I know in our Black community, there's a lot of things, a lot of issues that are going on. And you are in three, and it seems like enhanced. You say it's all over. Do you guys go to different cities? Like we know we had we're doing COVID and other issues in Virginia.
I caught some of that. I'm thinking you were asking, do we do different things? Oh no, she's muted. I don't hear her anymore. I see her beautiful smile, but I can't hear her anymore.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you. Girl, all I can see was that beautiful smile.
Well, I appreciate that. I was asking you, do you go to other cities or are you mainly focusing on?
Oh, yes, ma'am. So I've done my Black Business Expos here in Richmond. I've had 2 of them. And we're actually going to start branching out into other states at this point. We're looking at Cali and Vegas, DC and Waldorf, Maryland areas as of right now. We're kind of playing around with them to take the expo to other states. I have gone to other states and I've done meet and greets and interviewed, Black owned businesses. We did it in Waldorf, Maryland. I've done it in DC, and when I went to Vegas for my daughter's birthday, we did it out there as well. And so Black Connections is global. So with that, I do virtual expos. Because of the pandemic, we weren't really able, to get out there and go to different businesses and things like that. So then what happened was I started these virtual expos. And I have one for nonprofits, Black owned businesses. And we do that one the 3rd Saturday of every month. We just did one last Saturday. It was so much fun. And then the 4th Saturday of each month, we dedicate that to the Black authors. So we're doing virtual stuff. And then I'm also looking into another face-to-face expo, but it won't be in Richmond. It's gonna, we're gonna go to another state and do it. So I'm super, super stoked about that. But yeah, so I do go to different places. I've went to like, I'm from the 757. So every time I go home, I always make a point to stop by a business, buy their food or their smoothie, whatever they got going on. We take pictures. If they've got a minute, to do a quick live, we'll jump on live real quick, and they get to, they'll get to promote their business and things like that. So yeah, I do go elsewhere. So I'm not just in Richmond.
Okay. Sounds like you're busy.
I
very
just
busy.
getting back into the swing of things.
Okay. So do you have any future projects that are coming out? Working on?
Yes, ma'am. We just started the expos. So that's going to be the 3rd. We'll have an expo the 3rd Saturday, the 4th Saturday. We have our mental health Mondays, which are extremely important to me because mental health in the Black community is something that as children, a lot of mental health things were swept under the rug. We were told what happens in this house stays in this house. You know, if something happened to a child or whatever, it was swept under the rug. Nothing was said, and we kept it pushing. I want to change that. So I started the Mental Health Mondays because there's stuff we need to unpack. And our community as a whole is struggling with mental health issues. This didn't just happen. This has been going on for decades. And unfortunately, we were taught in our community, you know, don't cry, suck it up, deal with it, you know, don't go to a doctor. And that needs to change because our community is in pain. So Mental Health Mondays are not just for our community, but they're also for me as well, you know, because what I do for a living is not easy. And this is Black Connections is my full-time job. I mean, I'm a therapist in these DMs and I don't have, you know, that therapy background. But when a small business is struggling and they need to vent, I'm going to let them vent. So that's another reason I started not small business, but Mental Health Monday. And then Talk About It Tuesday is for anybody that's got something that they want to talk about. You know, maybe we've got some resources out there. And that's really why I started to Talk About It Tuesdays, because I want people to come on and talk. You know, I'm giving them a platform. I don't want people to be scared to talk. And I put myself out there also. So if it's, you know, if it's a Mental Health Monday and, you know, somebody's on there and they've got something they want to talk about, but they're kind of struggling a little bit to get it out, then I'll go ahead and throw myself out there and my story, you know, of what my biological father did to me as a child. I throw it out there so that way they know they're not alone. You know, I can't ask somebody to do something on a live or an expo or anything if I'm not willing to do it myself. So when I talk to people and I tell them, come on, let's talk about these Mental Health Mondays, I put myself out there as well. Same thing with the Talk About It Tuesdays. So at the end of the day, it's all about connecting our community by any means necessary. And I do mean by any means necessary. So if it means we have to have Mental Health Mondays and Talk About It Tuesdays and Workout Wednesdays and history on Thursdays and, you know, talking about food on Fridays, you know, that's what we're going to do, you know, and Sunday is my day off. You know, now it is. It didn't used to be. I work 7 days a week, and that's another thing. Another reason I like the Mental Health Mondays, because so many of us don't take a break. We're too busy out here grinding, so we don't have to work for somebody else. So we're able to work for ourselves, and we don't take time for us. Hence why I've been out of work for 8 months, because I didn't listen to my body and it messed me up. So I've been out of work for 8 months and I'm just now getting back into the swing of things. I mean, I did a little bit the past 8 months, but I just wasn't able to. I was sick. So I'm just slowly getting back into the swing of things. And my doctor is the one who said, take it slow, no Sundays. And then all the things I rattled off were things I wanted to do throughout the week. He said, pick 2. That's what you get. So Mental Health Mondays and Talk About It Tuesdays are the 2 that I went with. So.
Wow. My slogan on the show is 2023 is all about me. And looks like 2023 is all about you. And you are hitting the ground running, which is a lot for a single mother as yourself. And as you don't realize, sometimes our bodies give us signals to say we need to shut down, and we don't listen. And if your doctor was telling you that, like, hey, you got to slow it down, you're doing too much, because your body can take but so much, but for so long. And sometimes, especially in the Black community, we're so busy trying to obtain, and move forward and grow because of who we are and our culture. We just keep going. And the next thing you know, your body says, well, you don't want to shut down. I'll shut down for you. So your doctor telling you that and you're listening, which is actually, again, a lot of people in the Black community don't listen, especially when it comes to our health. You're like, oh, they don't know what they're talking about. They don't live in my house, so they don't know what I have to deal with. So that's a lot. That's a lot. I am really, really proud of you, Sandra. Wow. Really, really, really proud of you. Oh gosh, you have a lot going on. You have a whole lot going on. So is there anything else that you would like to share with our streamers? Anyone that's watching, anything that's positive, any type of trinkets that you want to share? Because again, 2023 is all about who?
Black connections.
And who's the founder?
Oh, Sandra, I'm sorry, girl. I don't even pay me any mind, because I'm always, it's all about the Black owned businesses, and I just want the Black owned businesses to keep pushing forward. I don't want you to focus on your numbers, and I don't want you to focus on the algorithms. Our community right now is too focused on numbers. I've got to have 1 million numbers on TikTok. I've got to have 1 million numbers on Facebook and Instagram. You guys are losing sight of why you started your business journey. Do not do what everybody else is doing. Everybody's out here doing this follow for follow, and people are spending all day dropping their business information under these follow for follows. You're doing exactly what the platform wants you to do. And that is focus on their platform and not focus on your business. So if you're spending all your time doing the follow for follows, how many invoices are you getting? At the end of the day, you started a business, 1, because it was your passion. 2, because you want to stop that 9 to 5. You want to stop working for somebody else and you want to work for yourself. You're not going to be able to do that if you're focusing on the algorithm. Stop focusing on the algorithm. The algorithm is not for us, folks. It's not. I'm just going to keep it real. I've been doing this for many years and I've done a lot of research, and I actually have a block on my account because I'm pro-Black. I can't use Black hashtags. That's another thing. Don't use Black hashtags because they will shadow ban you. I've got so many businesses coming to me telling me, I don't know what happened. I was doing so good and all of my stuff was moving. And then one day it just stopped. And I'm like, well, what hashtags are you using? Well, I just started using hashtags with, Black business. I said, stop using them. Go back to what you were doing when you weren't using the Black hashtags. And she came back and she was like, my numbers went back up. Yeah, because you're not focused on the Black hashtags that they are watching. And they've been watching these Black hashtags for a minute. A lot of businesses have had to stop using them because of the shadow banning. So if I can tell everybody, just, those nuggets, just stay focused. Stay focused. Do not get involved with these stupid challenges, on TikTok and all that kind of stuff. You don't need that. Your focus is your business. Don't lose sight of that, because I've seen too many businesses that have actually closed because they were so focused on the numbers. They were so focused on doing these challenges to get numbers. If you're consistent, that's all that you need is consistency. If you set a schedule and you show up every single time, then everybody else is going to show up. So just remember why you started and remember what your end game is. And for God's sakes, keep your personal page and your business page separate. I'm telling you, I don't have a personal page. I have one on Facebook solely because of the business, and I had to start my business page. But my pro-Black Instagram page has been shut down so many times, I quit using it. But when I go to a business page, I want to see your business. I want to see what you're offering. I don't want to go on there and see you in the club dropping it like it's hot. That ain't got nothing to do with your business. Put that on your personal page. I don't want to see you and your husband beefing, going back and forth on your business page. Come on now, we got to think smarter, y'all. You got to The business page is business. You got to keep it business. That personal stuff, please keep that on your personal page. But those are my nuggets, you know.
Girl, you sound awful. Because I used to think the same thing when I was on certain pages and they're promoting both at the same time. And I was like, okay, I don't know what's wrong.
Right.
Even when I had I was like, this makes it so difficult. And I found the hang of myself. But wow. Phew, you said a mouthful, Sandra. Sandra. You're probably about to get some comments in your DMs like, what's she talking about? She ain't got that many ain't that many followers anyway, so she don't know. But you're right about that. It's really not about the numbers, it's about the content and what you put out. If you're promoting your business, or if you're trying to get people to come to your page to see what you're about, as long as it's positive, as long as it's good, leave the negativity on your other page. Or matter of fact, just don't bring it on in general, because I always say I can't hear you.
Negativity. No need for the negativity. And Black Connections, everything is positive. All of that love and hip hop and all this drama and crap on TV, none of that goes on my page. Everything is positive. The only negative thing that pops up on my page is when I have to share a missing person. That's literally the only negative thing that's on my page. Everything is positive, uplifting, and it's all about us supporting us, you know, and I just don't have time to be negative. I'm too busy trying to be positive, you know, and I want our community to be positive and to collaborate and come together and work together and, you know, just do great things together, because the crabs in the barrel mentality, we got a lot of that, and that needs to stop, you know. So we have a lot of growing to do, and I love Black Connections because we're one big happy family. And that's, you know, that's what we do. When I have my face-to-face expos, they're like a family reunion, because everybody comes together. My last expo, I had 19 different states in the building, and it was a major just family reunion, because we had been, COVID kept pushing it back and pushing it back. So finally we did it Juneteenth of 2021, and it was a big old family reunion. We had been talking for so long online, and then we finally all got to see each other, and it was just great, you know. And that's what I want our community to just come together. We're not always going to agree on everything, and we don't have to. That's what makes us different and unique, you know, because we don't have to agree with everything, but we can work together. You know, there's enough room at the table for everybody to eat. So pull up a chair, you know, and let's eat, you know.
I'm right there with you, girlfriend. I'm right there with you, Diva. I promise you, I say that all the time. I'm like, you have your thing and I have my thing. I don't want what you have, because you and I are not on the same place, and they're not in the same path. You're unique to do what your goals and dreams are. I'm unique to be for my goals and my dreams. So each individual have the same thing. And I promise you, the table, just like you said, the table is big enough for everybody to join, and everybody have their own success and their own growth and their own whatever they have. And when you're too busy focused on someone else, you're never going to continue to focus on yourself, because while you're watching other people, that person is thriving, and you're sitting there too busy watching them and pointing the finger. Oh, look at them. Look at, oh, they act like they're this and they act like that. It's not even about that. It's about we all can grow. You have your own thing, and you said it a mouthful, Sandra. I promise you, you said a mouthful. I've been thinking of saying this for a long, long time, and that's why I love this show. Keep it real. No fluff. We're definitely going to be positive at all times, share positive information, but at the same time, keep it real, because it's not just for us, it's for everyone. And that's, like I said, this show is not just for Black people, it's for all cultures. There are people who are maybe the Latino community, the Mexican community, any community who feels like, well, I have a voice, but some people don't want to listen to me, or some people don't want to hear what I got to say, because now they're going to shut me down. Like you said, you've been banned from social media for a couple of your pages a couple of times. They say, here she comes again. But guess what? It didn't stop you from speaking. It didn't stop you from talking. It didn't shut you down. So that's a positive and a plus. So I would like to ask you, if you don't mind, can you please share how anyone can get in contact with you, where they can follow you at, your social media platforms, anything that you got going on, how they can track you down and stay a part of your movement. Because again, our Black community gets so many dings against us simply for the color of our skin. They forget to look at our intelligence and how we got to where we at. You know, we didn't get here just because of the color of our skin. You didn't hire us because of the color of our skin. You hired us because of our brain and for what we brought to the community, what we brought to that company, or whatever you include as a part of. So that brain is going to carry us even when you no longer want us and we decide to go somewhere else. So can you please share with everyone where how can they catch up with you and find you and follow you on your social media platforms and in your website?
Okay, there it goes. I'm sorry. But yes, ma'am, everything is Black Connections across the board. Our website is blackconnectionsllc.com. Instagram, Black Connections. Facebook, Black Connections. LinkedIn, it's Black Connections on LinkedIn, but TikTok, it's black.connections. And Twitter, it's Black Connections also. And we have a Facebook group. If you are a Black CEO and you would like to join us, we are networking with Black CEOs. We are almost to 1,000 Black CEOs now. It's absolutely amazing. Everybody's in there networking and talking and collaborating. It's absolutely amazing. I love it. If you would like to get our magazine, we have a magazine. It's funny. We have a magazine. It's still weird to me. But February of last year, we dropped our first magazine, and we made it about returning citizens. So if you have anybody that's incarcerated, you could purchase that magazine from Amazon and send it directly into the prison. It has 30 convicted felons in there that did major time, but they've all came out. They have a second chance. They're authors, they have nonprofits, and they're all business owners. Everybody, all 30 of them are business owners. So that we have that. And it was, I still can't believe it, but I sent the magazine to the Library of Congress in DC and they accepted it. So we're in the Library of Congress, which is absolutely amazing. A pro-Black bill.
Wow.
So that was super, super cool. But yeah, that's how you can find us. And oh, we have a Black business directory. So if you're a Black owned business, please add your business to the directory. It's free. You know, it's free. If you're a Black owned business, you can mail me your products. I do a free unboxing video for you. I share it across all of our social media pages. And then on Fridays, or either at one of our expos, we raffle off your product. Word of mouth is your best business. So if you send in your product and say, you know, somebody wins it and they get it, if they like it, what are they going to do? They're going to tell all their coworkers, all their family. So it's free advertising for you. And you are free to take the video and use it as a promotion and all that good stuff. So I have about 20 unboxing videos I have to do now where people have sent in their products. And if you're a service, don't worry about it. Send a gift certificate. You can email me a gift certificate or like a promo code or something like that for a service, and I just give them that. And you know, services are allowed, so we don't discriminate. You know, I support all Black owned businesses. You know, it's all about changing the narrative, you know, in our community. And I'm all about that by any means necessary. This is not, Black Connections is not a movement, so to speak. This is a lifestyle change. You know, you have to change your lifestyle. You have to support more Black owned businesses. Yeah, we're not Black We're everything yet, but there is a good portion of what we use every day that you can buy black owned. And I don't want to hear, oh my God, they're so expensive. Yeah, they're a little more pricier. Why? Because they can't get the capital and the loans and things that other businesses can. We're not able to mass produce stuff like we need to yet. So yeah, things are going to be a little pricier, but do you know how you cut that down? Support the black owned businesses. So as they're making money and they get bigger, then they're able, to not charge quite as much because they have their products on an assembly line somewhere, and they're not doing it in their garage or their kitchen, so just support black owned businesses. I can't say that enough. We have we're talented people. We are very talented people. And I just want everybody to see their potential. I know there's a lot of businesses that are like, I don't know if I can do this. You can. I don't, I'm struggling. It's okay. It happens. But believe in yourself, and if you're feeling down, or you feel like, I just want to close my doors, slide in my DM. And I promise you, you won't close your doors, because I'm going to give you a pep talk that is going to stop you from all that negative talk, because we need your business in our community. We need podcasts like this in our community. So never think that you're alone. Please never think that you're alone. If you join the Black Connections family, you will understand what I mean about that. We are a family. We look after each other. What did our ancestors say back in the day? It takes a village to raise a child. Black Connections is your village. Your business is your child. So don't ever give up. Never, I don't care how hard it gets. Never, ever, ever give up. Because when you show up, you are showing people how to survive, period, point blank. So show up and show out always, but just know you're not alone. There are a bunch of other Black owned businesses out here that are struggling just like you, and that just need a little bit of support. And remember this, if your family's not supporting you, it's okay. If your coworkers are not supporting you, it's okay. If your significant other's not supporting you, it's okay. Because at the end of the day, your biggest supporters are going to be total strangers. Never forget that.
Wow. You said about Sandra. I am so honored and so grateful and blessed that you took the time to join me and come on my show to share these trinkets amongst our Black community. I promise you touched me as well, because I've been there, done that, especially because I'm new into this whole world of a different platform. So I really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to come and join my show. And you're such a beautiful young lady. And again, 2023 is all about me. 2023 is all about you and Black Connections. You hear me, guys? 2023 is all about Black Connections and promoting Black businesses, own businesses, and anything that they're doing. We all have to support each other. As she said, it takes a village, guys, and it does. It's not about stepping on anyone's toes or trying to be better than anyone. It's all about promoting, enhancing, and sharing positive vibes and giving positive energy. There's enough negativity going on in the world. We don't need to do that amongst each other, because it's all about growth. Well, Sandra, thank you again for joining my show. We came to the end. Time went so fast, but you were super duper awesome, girlfriend. You were super awesome. And I definitely look forward for you coming back. I would love for you to come back if you have time in your schedule. I would love for you to come back and join my show and share some more information, because I'm quite sure you're going to have a whole bunch of other stuff going on as the year go on. And we would love to hear about it and love to share some more information about it. But guys, again, thank you for coming on and joining for Good Morning Black People with Morgan Rees. Whether you're I hope you have a good evening, good afternoon, good morning. I am so grateful and thankful for Sandra taking the time out. She is the founder of Black Connections. Check her out on all social platforms, and she'll take care of you. Again, it's all about Black love, Black connections. Thank you again, Sandra. You have a good rest of your evening, and we'll talk soon, girlfriend. 2023 is all about you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for having me. This was truly an honor. So thank you so much. And keep up the awesome work that you are doing, because this is awesome. You know, this Good Morning Black People. I love it. I love it. I love it. So keep up the awesome work that you are doing. And thank you so much for the invite. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Well, guys, you have a good rest of your evening. We're signing off. Good Morning Black People with Morgan Rees. Have a good weekend, guys. It's on and popping in 2023. Let's do this.
It's Good Morning Black People with your host, Morgan Rees, author, podcasting, online personality. Good Morning Black People, discussing social views, today's news, and interviews. Subscribe today at YouTube at Good Morning Black People.